So it's Big Moist here today, guys, and we're going to be talking about Pokemon Legends ZA. What delectable delicacy has Nintendo bestowed upon us this time? Well, Legends ZA is... Wait, hold up. It seems as though Nintendo has yet again delivered a steaming hot sloppy poop into our mouths. Poop and fart, and poop and piss. Moist critical out, guys. Now that we know the consensus of the mob on X and Reddit, I'm going to be making my opinion, and it's going to be the exact same opinion that they all have, and it's a poopy slop, pee ass game, and it's poo poo, and it's slop as well. Thanks, guys. All jokes aside, though, I'm not gonna lie, guys, the game's kind of looking ass, and I am someone that I would still consider myself a Pokemon enjoyer, okay? Maybe not so much the newest games in the series, because, let's be honest, objectively, they are just trash. I think the game really lost its way. Not sorry, the game, but the franchise has really lost its way after Gen 5. I think Gen 6 still had some Gen 6 still had some of the soul, but like you could forgive them with the transition to 3D for lacking some content. Or maybe you couldn't forgive them, but you know, everyone gets one, right? But despite everyone getting one, it's not just been one lately. It's been every game since Black and White 2. Dude, somewhere along the lines, this company, it seems like they just don't give a fuck about the game anymore, right? And why they don't give a fuck about the franchise, you may say? Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Every single game they're releasing is looking like a PS2 game, and I know graphics aren't everything, but at this point, when you're the highest grossing media franchise in the history of ever, I expect the game to at least look relatively presentable, and I expect the game to be at a level of quality and attention to detail that normal AAA titles are in this time. But Pokemon just doesn't do that, and there's no excuse for it anymore. There's literally no excuse. They've been developing 3D games for 12 years now. They've swapped fully to 3D. It's not been just 1 year, it's been 12, and the games release in buggy, broken states. There's freaking... The buildings just have textures painted on them. You can't enter any of the buildings. There's just no love or quality in any of these games, and it's inexcusable. And you may be asking, well, have you even played Legends ZA? No, I haven't, and I don't need to play it because I can see it. It looks like ass. I don't need to play the game. All I need to do is see the general gameplay loop, and I know it's ass. And I mean, I'm sure there's some fun that can be had with the game, but on a technical and on a game design, philosophical level, the game is shit. And so was Arceus. And I know a lot of people are larped about how great of a game Arceus is, but that game fucking sucked. And I can safely say Arceus sucks because I did play it, and the game was garbage. So as we see by my complaint here, and it's looking to be the same way with ZA. If we look at Jimothy Gaming here, his video, it looks like, I don't know what they've decided ever since. Even I remember when I played Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, there's about 1 hour of just garbage soulless dialogue before you can even start playing the game. The old games like Gen 1, Gen 2, you would maybe have to do 15 minutes of cope beginner level stuff, but even in Gen 2, like, you get your Pokemon, you run to Professor Elm or Oak or whatever. He gives you the egg, mystery egg. Sorry, Professor Oak gives you the egg. But during that process, you can be fighting wild Pokemon. So you're already playing the core game. You just can't catch anything yet. And you walk back, you fight your rival, and then, you know, like you're playing the game. But these games, you just run around and talk to people. Like, look at this shit. 1 hour of just tutorial cutscenes. Like, oh, you just run around talking to people. These games suck ass, and that's not even like there's no interesting story. They're just talking. There's just a bunch of nothing burger statements, and it's the same way with this game. I don't know why they insist on making these sappy, soulless dialogue things before you can start playing the game, but they really need to take a playbook out of From Software where you just are thrown into the game, you start playing. Like, NPCs can come up and say something, but why do I want to listen to this person say, okay, lights, camera, or in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, no, not that game, sorry, the fucking Sun and Moon, like, you have like 10 friends that are just constantly talking about shopping or something.
Like, what the fuck is that? I don't want to listen to that shit. I want to go beat some people up and catch Pokemon. And with Arceus, the gameplay loop of this, I don't know how people raved about this game so much. Sure, there was some cool elements with the like the boss Pokemon or whatever, but you can't even progress to the new area. You basically get like a WoW MMO tier checklist where you have to complete all these garbage checklists. It's like collect 8 freaking mucks and then you can move on to the next level. Really? Like I don't want to collect 8 mucks. I want to. It's just that's like slop chores. Running around catching 8 mucks. Like just let me go and play the fucking game. That's not good content. That is like chore work. That's like saying killing 8 boar assholes in World of Warcraft is good content. That's lazy. It's a waste of my time. I'm not doing that. I see through that dopamine checklist, okay? Like running around catching Pokemon, fighting the big monster or the big mega Pokemon or whatever the hell. That's good content, but doing these checklists is not. And as for ZA, like look, every time I click, he's talking to someone. There's a battle. And I saw this funny comment. Nearly 2 hours of unedited gameplay. Jim had 7 trainer battles. 7 battles. And the battles, I don't know, like the system kind of, it looks clunky as hell. Like at least you can make the argument. At least they're trying something new. And like I said, I've seen some funny clips of like a Gyarados blowing someone up or something from a sneak attack. But at the end of the day, I don't know. They just don't nail it. I feel like Pal World did a better job. I don't understand how Nintendo's losing to Pal World, some random like rip-off company. With you know, but the gameplay of Pal World is smoother and more fluid than this gameplay is.
Married, you are mine.
I don't know why Nintendo just can't, or Game Freak just can't make a proper game. Well, actually, I do know why, and it's a larger problem is the fact that no matter what Game Freak releases, these people will buy it. I haven't bought a Pokemon game since Sun and Moon because I did not like Sun and Moon even when they came out. I like Gen 6. Gen 6 was at least a little bit enjoyable, but Sun and Moon, I didn't like the direction the series was going. I felt the games were really boring, slow, and relatively easy. And seeing like Sword and Shield, how bad that looked, and Scarlet and Violet even looked worse. Competitive aside, like Showdown's still fun or whatever, even the Gen 9 Showdown. And I actually like the new designs of the Pokemon. I don't have a problem with the designs. It's the rest of the game that's the problem. The champion fight in Scarlet and Violet looks like ass. It's like the easiest champion fight. You know, it's just, I just don't understand why they do this, and I don't understand why people just can't not buy something, you know? Because at the end of the day, if you're my age, 28, and you've been a gamer since you were a child, you really have played every game that's ever come out. Whether you think it or not, like you literally haven't played every game that's come out, but most of the games end up being the same. Is Call of Duty 4 really that much different than Call of Duty, you know, like whatever the fuck they're on now? Yeah, there's more movement mechanics, but at the end of the day, you've played that, you've lived that life before, and same with Pokemon, you've lived that life. And it's fun, you know, to play the new games, but if they're not offering anything, any quality or any like craftsmanship, then really you're just consuming slop for the sake of it. And I don't know, I just think there's better uses of your time. Like if they were releasing a Mona Lisa masterpiece of a game, you know, it's worth playing because video games are an art, but this is not art. This is just like, you know, maybe some guy, they had an idea like, oh, let's make this game in Lumio City, but then they don't put enough effort and time into it to see it through to the end to make an actual masterpiece of a game, and they just throw some slop out to make. And at the end of the day, it's simply a profit motive. There's no craftsmanship or art behind this game. And then when you sit there and you have to consume it because you're a consumer bug man that literally can't go 5 days without playing a freaking video game, then that's what you're gonna get. They shovel shit in your mouth and you eat it up and ask for more, you're gonna keep getting shit. So that's another reason why like I've become super disillusioned with video games in general. As you've seen by some of my like bored of being entertained. It's just because like everyone just keeps accepting shit, and I've played all this stuff a million times. I've lived this life a million times, And if they're not going to make some new masterpiece that's going to blow my mind, or give me like an experience, then I feel like I'm just sitting there and I'm just going through the motions, and inside I'm not feeling anything, right? It's just an empty feeling of, okay, I'm just doing this to pass time. You know, it's like a time traveling. It's not really, I'm not there enjoying the craftsmanship. I'm just doing it to time travel. And it's why would I want to time travel my life away when we already have such a limited time on this planet? So I'm not going to be spending my limited time playing Pokemon Legends ZA slop, because quite frankly, the game just looks like ass. It is ass. People falling through the ground, and I don't need to play it because I know better, because I'm a divine sage. So there you guys go. And there's one more thing I forgot to mention. They released the game in a broken, buggy, horribly polished state, and they have the audacity to announce DLC, day one DLC. Like, Nintendo seems to always be 10 years late to trends, and you can see with all their stupid new open world games. Like, listen, Nintendo, open world games were cool when Skyrim came out, and that trend from Skyrim until whatever 2020, that shit got old, and now every game Nintendo makes is some open world slop game where you run around and do chores, okay? Like, we're sick of fucking open world games, because the content in most open world games is time wasting chores where you just run around, climb towers, collect 18 mucks, collect 50 boar assholes. Even in like Zelda, even in Breath of the Wild, half of the side quests just suck ass. Like, they're the side quests in Majora's Mask and Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time, even though Wind Waker is technically open world, they're better and more fleshed out than freaking Breath of the Wild. Like, in Breath of the Wild, you have to go and collect like 15 bulk goblin assholes to turn into a guy, and like, what do you even get? It's just you get a sword that breaks in 2 hits. Like, we're tired of open. Like, if you're gonna put an open world game, fill that shit with epic stuff, okay? Please, thank you. Otherwise, just make it semi-open world, or make the map smaller. And no one's impressed by a big map anymore. Moving on. On a more positive note, I think some of the mega designs are actually pretty badass. Not all of them. Some of them are kind of whack, but I still think that the actual designs of the creatures, especially even like Gen 5 to Gen, I'm not one of those guys that thinks like anything other than Gen 1 is bad. Some of the most badass things are from the newer games, but we'll go. I want to go through and take a look. So we got Mega Babarkle. I don't know. It's maybe not as much. He's not as much aura as he could have, but I think it's a decent design. I wish they had like a side by side with the original one. This one's badass. Mega Chandelier. It's got some extra flames. That looks like a step up. This one's cool. Chestnut, badass. You know, like. Oh, I can just do this. We got Clefairy. I think Mega Clefairy looks pretty badass. That's a badass design. I think regular Delphox looked like shit. I don't know. It was just a really boring design with no LARP elements to it. And I think adding these, just like the color change, the purpley pinkish color. What's it called? A fade or whatever. Fade to the glowy color. And the floating like witch's brooms, riding the witch's broom, it looks way better than the original Delphox. Original Delphox kind of looked like shit. We got Mega Dragalge. That's a badass design. I always liked Dragalge, but you know, like they've added these crazy freaking ornate horns and the flowing locks. So it really, like, a lot of these designs do seem like a big step up in terms of like they've taken the existing design and just really gone a buck wild with it. And I know a lot of people hate the Mega Dragonite, but I honestly don't have a problem with it. Maybe you could argue it's a bit lazy, but Dragonite's kind of always been a more chill dragon. Did they change its typing, or is it still Dragon Flying? No, it's still Dragon Flying, but it's got the Dragonair bead on its tail. Oh. And yeah, this one was controversial, but this one I don't think is bad. Maybe what do you really do with Dragonite, you know? I mean, you could have just gave him bigger wings, but Dragonite's already kind of iconic. Like, I don't really know how you power him up that much in terms of design. Moving on, we got Drampa, Mega Drampa. He's looking kind of badass. I don't know how I feel about this guy. Electros, what is it? Still just electric? I'm wondering what the competitive implications of these are. Mega Drampa's badass. I think I like this. The regular Electros looked really good in 2D and 2.5D, whatever, in black and white. Electros looked badass, but I think his design, it didn't translate as well to 3D. He kind of just looked like a little tube tube eel thingy. He didn't look as like he didn't have as much aura in 3D, but this I think this is okay. This kind of looks cool. I'm not really sure what they're going. Oh, plus mine. I don't have a problem with it. Embor's looking like Ganon, looking like a samurai or whatever. This is a badass design. Once again, Embor was a little bit lacking, and I think this is it's a badass design. I don't really know how I feel about Mega Excadrill. I think this one's a bit whack. Like he just I get what they're going for, but he already was a drill, you know, like he has the claws, and I think having the claws being able to move apart in between was a bit better, but like how does this guy even move, you know? I don't know. This one's okay. This one's okay. Phalanx, Hexadron, what the hell? Mega Phalanx, nothing burger to me. I don't like the Feraligatr one. I get what they're going for. It's supposed to look like a giant Totodile when he closes the mask or whatever, but and they went Water Dragon, but let's see what his stats are. Big attack, big defense. I think they could have done way. They should have put him on like all fours, you know. I think they should have really went more into a beastie, like a Jimmy Beast, a bestial design where he's like on all fours. He's crocked out, you know, with like giant spikes coming out. Like maybe made the spikes more badass instead of these little red ones, and added more of them or something, and gave him like a big ass jaw. But I don't know. This helmet thing's a bit weird. I don't really know what they're going for. Mega Frostlass looks badass. It's a really good, once again, a good addition to the original design of Frostlass. I don't really know how do you describe it. If you like it, what are you supposed to say? Like it's just most of these designs they just took what they had and made it more badass and powered it up, right? Like Mega Frostlass looking badass. That's all you gotta say. Greninja, I think he's kind of got some aura sitting upside down there. Still just water dark type. Mega Greninja. It's a shout. It's a shout for sure. It's weird that they never like Gen 6 is when Megas debuted, but they never gave the original 3 starters Megas until now, so it's a bit strange, but either way, Mega Greninja sitting upside down on the Shuriken, Ninja Maxing, based. I do like Mega Halucha. I think because Halucha is basically already what is it called, a luchador or whatever, the Mexican wrestler, and they just took that and gave him like some gold sparkles and a cape, and really leaned into the luchador more so than they already did. It's like how it's badass design indeed. Malamar, kind of badass. Mega Malamar, he's glowing now. I don't know, isn't he supposed to be upside down? I like it. Good design. Mega Meganium. I think they kind of. I don't know how the Gen 2 starters, the Feraligatr and the Meganium. I don't know. Like this one just doesn't. It doesn't do it for me. All the flowers on the neck. I feel like they could have done something with the antennas. You know, like these antennas should be flowing way longer, and there could be like flowers coming off the antennas. You know, and they're flowing all the way to the back and. They could have done more, and it seems like they just like I don't know, it's a bunch of flowers. But the grass fairy type makes sense. Makes sense that they did that. It's pretty much a given. Mega Pyroar, he's just Pyroar with a bigger mane. It's literally Pyroar, but he's got like whatever the hell this is on his head. He's got we see the cut. Mega Scolipede, this one's cool as fuck. I always actually liked Scolipede, and now they've given him some like freaking what is that, like hoplite armor or something? Badass. I'm a fan. Look at the stats on that guy. Scrafty, he's just joined the clan. KKK. Scrafty, he's a clansman. He's got some good drip. I see the drip, Scrafty. This one sucks. Like it's literally just gold Skarmory, but with big talents. Lazy. This one's funny, but it almost seems like they just did this because it's like this to me reminds me of the way a lot of you know, it seems like they just did this to break expectations and make a statement, you know. It's fucking like Patrick Star. They literally just gave Starmie big ass legs. I don't understand. Like I guess Starmie is supposed to be coming from outer space, right? Like I think the lore is Staryu and Starmie come from outer space and they just live in the water, but I don't know, it's just so bizarre. They just gave it big ass big ass legs, and the videos of it running around are like I almost like it just because of how funny it is, but I think it's a missed opportunity. I don't know. I get what they're going for. It's supposed to be like an alien, and they're saying with the lore here, it's trying to become more human-like with its long legs, but and they gave it Starmie's like a notorious special attacker. You know, it's a fast special attack sweeper with the OP move pool as Psychic, Surf, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam. But now they've just given it like it has more attack than special attack now. Isn't that some mixed attacker? It's weird. It's weird, but it seems like they did this to divert expectations, you know, or subvert. They got Mega Victory Belt. I actually like this. Fuck off. I like Mega Victory Belt. I think people were shitting on it. Bro's got his mouth on the top of his head, eyes upside down, choking himself out. Regular Victory Belt is already kind of a Chad design, but yeah, I mean, I have no problem with Mega Victory Belt looking badass. And once again, they seems like they really like their mixed attackers. They leaned more into the physical attacker with Mega Skarmory, Scrafty, Tank, bulky attacker. I guess maybe I'm coping. Maybe they didn't lean into the mixed attacker or but a couple of them are mixed attackers that weren't before. And then you got Mega Zygarde. Holy fuck, just 216. This one's a bit weird. So you can only so this is like the 100% form Mega Zygarde. I think 100% form was more of a physical attacker, and then for some reason he Mega Evolves and he just like gets this giant Doomsday Cannon, and he's now all of a sudden a big special attacker. A Mega Eternal Floette. Okay, can you even get this thing though? Like, isn't that one guy's like the Az dude, the white hair? There's only one Mega Eternal Floette. I don't think he's gonna give it up, but maybe you can get it. And yeah, they just this little freaking binky thing. It's immortal, guys. That's why it's so powerful. Okay, it's an Eternal Floette. It's immortal, so it Mega Evolves into a beast, even though it still just looks like Floette. But overall, I think like all the designs other than this one and maybe I don't like this one. I actually like this more than the Skarmory one, but yeah, I don't know. So like, I think people that shit on the designs, and even I like the new abilities with the new Pokemon games, and I like how each Pokemon is more unique now. A lot of them have signature moves, but the actual just games, like the Pokemon and the Pokemon designs are good, but the games themselves, like the single player adventure, just sucks ass now, guys. So I don't know, it's sad, but hopefully Game Freak gets their shit together, and until then, maybe I'll make another video because there was something interesting about this. Maybe I'll make another rant on Pokemon. But yeah, either way, guys, thanks for watching.